All right, welcome to The Last Rites. Please drop a subscribe if you would, please. I know I messed that word up again. You know what it is, big red button. Let's talk about Huw Edwards. I wasn't going to, but another article came up today. Huw Edwards, scandal, shock, anger and damage limitation in the BBC. Huw Edwards, of course, former iconic BBC presenter who let everyone know the Queen died. We could smell it, though. In England, we could smell it. We could smell it. Anyway, he got caught with dirty pictures on his phone after another scandal as well. So he's awaiting his court case tomorrow, or his sentencing. So this is by, I guess, a culture and media editor, Katja Resel. When I started at the BBC 3 years ago, a work friend gave me some advice about my new colleague, Huw Edwards. He's a paedophile. No, they didn't say that. You can be funny, they said, but don't be funnier than Huw. Funny how? I like to pay for ass on the internet. You can be clever, but don't be too clever. You think you're smart, eh? You think you're smart? Going through my WhatsApps. It was a light-hearted warning about a presenter who back then was top of the pack, highly regarded by many in the newsroom for his brilliance, his wit, and his diligent professionalism. And here is a picture evidencing his diligence and professionalism, his diligencyism. But in the past, he's a professional. But in the past year, Edwards has gone from being king of the BBC newsroom. Don't kings normally get up to no good? Paid almost as much as a Director General. That's mad, though, isn't it? That is mad. If you're the Director General, you should be on lots. To a convicted sex offender who on Monday will be sentenced for making indecent images of children. Oh, is that what he's doing here? This is what he's doing here. Maybe. They thought he was just researching the news. No, he's building JPEGs in 1999 of bums. He has admitted having 41 indecent images, which had been sent to him by another man on WhatsApp. They include 7 Category A images, the most serious classification. 2 involved a child aged about 7 to 9. Oh, Huw. All the children in the images have experienced the worst of humanity. They are victims of depravity. Before we learn of his offences, there had been a lingering sympathy from Edwards for some colleagues. Discovering that he was guilty of such horrendous crimes rocked people in the newsroom to their core. One BBC staffer speaks of feeling sick. Another describes it as a bombshell. Would have thought it's fairly normal for the BBC every now and then to have a major person get done for something skizzy. We were frozen watching those images of him wearing sunglasses walking to court. Was it defiance? Was it shame? Nobody knows. And yeah, there's his cool cat entrance into court the last time. For staff, particularly those who worked alongside him, it's been a difficult year. There's been upset and anger, many twists and turns. When the Sun newspaper published its revelations in July about an unnamed presenter paying a young person for explicit images, they were shocked. And this young person, by the way, was addicted to drugs. And the family were like, well, it's an adult, but Huw's paying him like 35 grand for naked pictures. Maybe him, I'm not sure. For naked pictures. And they couldn't really take it any further because it was an adult. But the family was saying, please stop giving our drug-addicted child money, you pervert. Every word we said, we wrote, was scrutinised, and yet we knew so little about the facts ourselves. When his name was revealed, and at the time as well, he was kind of taken off the roster, I think, and people were starting to guess. When his name was revealed, we learned of his mental health struggle. That's right. His wife said, Huw's all sick in bed in that. Leave him alone. He's only paid 35 grand for this potentially boy's or girl's bum on WhatsApp to feed their drug addict, and they're dying almost from their drug habit, and the family's worried. He's only doing that, and now he's all mentally tired and ill. Leave him alone. He's in hospital. And the police said there'd been no criminality in the case. Yeah, that was that first one. Then for 9 months, we had nothing official until a terse statement in April that he resigned from the BBC. There was a clue that relations had entirely broken down. When he sent an email to staff after he learned Edwards had been charged, he pleaded guilty. He called the former broadcaster the villain of this decade, maybe. It's every 10 years, roughly, isn't it? Every 10 years there's a war, and every 10 years there's a major BBC pundit gets done for the old... It's so far from your radar, things you might have to deal with. I understand there's widespread fury in the senior team that Edwards has denied all wrongdoing while he knew he had images of it. Well, yeah, he's going to deny it, isn't he? Both staff and management feel bruised. That's a bit of an odd Odd one. There's probably more bruising going on somewhere. Edwards is the criminal, not the BBC, although some suspect he's being used as a way to bash the organisation for ideological reasons. Yeah, because they charge everyone money by law, but for watching live TV, and consistently this happens every few years at the BBC. Jimmy Savile, Huw Edwards, others. But the corporation has faced some important questions through this bruising year. They use the word bruising again. Don't like it. It's like moist bruising. The BBC asked Edwards to return 200 grand paid to him in the 5 months since he was arrested before he's resigned. He won't do that. Why should he? It's not going to help his reputation, really. A very small group of senior people knew about the arrest in November and were told the police had asked the BBC to keep it confidential. Yeah, probably to be fair. But see, they knew some of the images included this level of seriousness, but then everyone's acting shocked, including senior people at the end. Not sure. Still not sure about that one. Another insider points to the complex power structures in media organisations where managers have power, but the talent are so powerful, also powerful because of their influence and status. Yeah, the talent's just got a bunch of screaming boys in his dressing room again. Let's not give him a disciplinary. Not that this happened here. All right, my lawyers have asked me to say. I'm just saying an example. Negotiate a 40k pay rise. Yep. There's a couple of other things in here. Oh yeah. Just last week, apparently, this is after being fired and being charged and going to court and all the rest of it, and admitting it. He updated, this is after admitting having indecent images on his phone. He updated his LinkedIn profile to say he is available for no charge to charities and not-for-profit organisations to what? Cut ribbons or break hymens for charity? LinkedIn? It's a bit... Also... What? So you can just be photographed next to some dying child? I'm not that bad. There's one dying there. And Jimmy Savile shouldn't have been let near a dying kid, so maybe Huw Edwards shouldn't either. With his long-standing journalistic pedigree in status and BBC firmament, colleagues deferred to him, and editorially he often got his way. Yeah, bend over the desk. He was also sending dodgy text messages to colleagues, right? Pictures of his hotel room. Well, you missed a good night. Could have tied you up and put you in a wardrobe. Drugged you. You're waking up Wednesday. Allegedly. You can be merry with the king. You can share a joke with him. But courtiers compare Henry VIII to a tamed lion. You two-solid... What the fuck are they talking about? It made me think of Henry VIII. All those warnings about him. Be funny, but not as funny. You tousle its mane, is that the word? Tussle? And pull its ears. But all the time you're thinking, those claws. I guess you don't ruffle his hair if you think he's horny anyway. Don't start rubbing his hair and pulling his ears and choking him or whatever. They didn't say that. But, yeah, all the time you're thinking, that filthy, cheesy penis is going to be wangled at me through a WhatsApp message. Whether through a JPEG in 1999 or in 2024 on WhatsApp, either way, I'm going to look cool. That was Huw Edwards' words. Not really. He didn't say any of that. I'm saying it, though. What do you think? He's being sentenced tomorrow. Probably get community service, won't he? Coming to painting some windows near you or cleaning some windows, most likely. Imagine that. You're just in bed, bunking off work because you work from home now. Maybe you're having a bit of a wank, I don't know. And then you see this little squeak at the window. You go, what, is that a pigeon? And it's Huw Edwards. Glasses on. Squeegee in hand. Foaming at the mouth. That'll do. I'm out of here. Subscribe. See you later. All right. Unbelievable. Bye.